Unfortunately, I'm sad to tell you, to confirm, at least at this moment in time, there are 26 lives that have been lost.
You can't explain it. Your mind doesn't want to grasp it, the shock of it.
Through the tears and through the sadness, we stand strong, oh so strong.
At least 26 people were killed, ranging in age from 72 years old to just 5 years old in a shooting at a church in Texas. Good evening, and thank you for staying up late with us. I'm Kayla Bennett. The shooting was at First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas, just 40 miles outside of San Antonio. Police believe a lone gunman was responsible, and they say that suspect is also dead. CBS News' Courtney Zubowski is in Sutherland Springs with the very latest.
Investigators say Devin Kelly walked into this church wearing all black and wearing tactical gear. He ended up shooting nearly everyone inside. In Sutherland Springs, Texas, Courtney Zubowski, now back to you.
All right, thanks, Courtney. Well, several politicians have voiced their opinions about the shooting on social media. President Donald Trump, who is currently taking his first trip to Asia, tweeted out, quote, "May God be with the people of Sutherland Springs. The FBI and law enforcement are on the scene. I am monitoring the situation from Japan." South Carolina Senators Tim Scott and Lindsey Graham also weighed in on the attack. Scott says, "Grieving for Sutherland Springs, our whole nation is here to support you. Houses of worship should be sanctuaries. Heartbreaking." Senator Graham tweeted out, "Heartbreaking news out of Texas. Our thoughts and prayers are with Sutherland Springs." And Columbia's Mayor Steve Benjamin also expressed his solidarity with the victims. He tweeted out, "Our prayers from the Columbia family to the families to First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas. The evil acts must stop." Unfortunately, the Palmetto State is no stranger to violence in churches. Just more than 2 years ago, 9 people, including Pastor and State Senator Clementa Pinckney, were killed at the Emmanuel AME Church. This has led to measures being taken across the state. Now, these attacks have prompted community members here in the Midlands to learn more about possible threats to their churches and how to react to them. News 19's Chuck Ringwald has a story. Although no date has been set, the Newberry County Sheriff's Department plans on having more events like this in the future. And for the very latest on the events unfolding in Texas, you can head over to our website, WLTX.com, or the WLTX app. All right, thanks, Daniel. Richland County deputies are investigating an infant's death. They say they responded to a call on Raynard Court in Irmo around 8 o'clock this morning. Lieutenant Curtis Wilson says they are working to determine if foul play was involved. A South Carolina state senator is facing charges of drunken driving and lying to law officers. The South Carolina Highway Patrol says Senator Paul Campbell and his wife were charged with providing false information to police after Vicki Campbell initially claimed she was driving. The Highway Patrol says the senator was arrested after his car hit another vehicle from behind on I-26. He posted bond of nearly $1,500 and was released on Sunday. The Columbia Police Department is investigating a collision involving a stolen SUV. Officials say it happened around 1:30 this morning at the 5000 block of Middleton Street. They say a 22-year-old was speeding when she drove off the side of the road, overcorrected, and ran off the right side of the road. The vehicle then went airborne and rolled several times. Officials say the driver, who was ejected from the vehicle, and a passenger suffered life-threatening injuries. 2 other passengers have serious injuries. The collision remains under investigation. A cemetery in Columbia that's more than 100 years old now has a designation to back up its history. The Olympia Cemetery Association held a historical marker dedication today. News 19's Lauren Thomas was there and heard from the families of those buried on the grounds. The Olympia Mill Cemetery is more than 120 years old and will now be added to South Carolina's list of historical markers. Well, still ahead, it was colder than expected today, but will those cool temperatures hang around? We'll check back in with meteorologist Daniel Bonds when we come back. Repticon wrapped up this afternoon. Columbia residents had a chance to hold and buy some of their favorite reptilian creatures. Kids also had a chance to play with and buy reptile toys. And this isn't the first Repticon that was held in Columbia. And Repticon employee Sam Bearden says he was happy with the response the event received from the community.
We always have a good turnout at this one. I mean, everybody comes out here and enjoys it. Like I said, they can just come to check out something neat, or we have a lot of people who buy, sell, and trade their animals, you know. I mean, the vendors that are here to sell their animals, and it's just a really neat experience for anybody from the hobbyist all the way down to the breeders.
Now, if you weren't able to make it to Repticon this weekend, don't worry, it will be back in South Carolina early next year. And for those folks starting to get in the holiday spirit, the Craftsman's Christmas Classic Art and Craft Festival was the place to be this weekend. Over 275 artists and craftsmen from more than 20 states came out for the event, as well as artists from South Carolina. Families had a chance to check out some of the art and get in the Christmas spirit. The Craftsman's Classic has been a staple for the Columbia area for many years. Event coordinator Jennifer Palmer says the Classic does more than just show families art.
And they can get something truly unique that they can't find at the big box stores, and they can actually talk to the artists and craftsmen and get a feel for what inspired them to make their product and the process that they go through to make their product.
Craftsman's Classic will be back in Columbia next March. And it's crazy to think that we're talking Christmas already.
It's going to feel more seasonal, though, over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, though, it's still going to feel like springtime. 83 degrees, 81 degrees on Tuesday. Small chance for a little bit of rain, it looks like Tuesday. Better chance for rain Wednesday and Thursday. But notice temperatures do dip down closer to normal. It looks like 65 degrees Friday, 67 degrees on Saturday. We'll go partly cloudy skies, mostly cloudy skies by next Sunday with highs right around 61 degrees.
Were there any pythons at the Repticon? I had to make sure I said
I don't know what to say to that, so we'll just end it right there. Have a great night, everyone.